All right, I'm Coach Davis.
I'm Coach Stanley.
And we just wanted to take a minute to tell you guys about the importance of summer preseason and spring and summer training and how it might affect your cross-country season. I truly believe that preseason training is the most important thing that you can possibly do for cross-country. It will definitely set you up for success, to be a healthy runner, to have fun during the season. It will allow you to really enjoy cross-country in the season, to stay much more injury-free, and ultimately be faster. So we have basically 3 plans. We have a C plan, a B plan, and an A plan. They are, if you navigate to the summer training plan page on the website, you'll see 3 Google calendars, an A, B, and C. The C is basically for new runners or runners that don't have too many miles, or possibly even no miles, just coming out, trying out cross country. The B plans, for runners that have a little more miles but aren't quite ready for the intensity of the A plan. The A plan's pretty intense for runners that are trying to achieve a really high level running during the season.
That would be a varsity level running would be A.
Pretty much varsity level.
And if you don't run much at all, then C is probably the plan where you need to start.
Exactly.
And then B would be somewhere in between.
Exactly. The thing is that going into these plans, with the C plan, you may be able to start that plan without too much running. Although it isn't ideal even with that plan, because I believe it starts with 20 minutes. I believe it starts with 20 minutes of solid running. If you've never ran before, you really should build yourself up walking and running, and walking and running, and building up from a couple minutes of running all the way up to that 20 minutes of running. You can use something like a Couch to 5K plan.
Yeah.
If you just just Google Couch to 5K,
yeah,
and it will literally, there's an app for your phone or anything, or just print it out. And
just learning how to pace yourself to just stay running slow and steady wins the race at that point.
Exactly.
And then that way you can build up some cardio and build up build up your heart and your lung muscles and your leg muscles to where you don't get injured right away. And
before you know it, you're running 3 miles comfortably.
Right.
That's your goal at that point. It happens pretty quick. I know you're starting out a couple minutes running, you're thinking, oh, I'm only running a couple minutes. Well, it builds up quick. So going into C plan, I would recommend even starting off with less minutes. So that means starting to run now. If you aren't in another sport like track or something, or if you're doing lax and running a lot, that might be a different story. But if you're not, really get out there and start running. Today's April 5th. Start running today. Yeah.
Right.
So the B plan, if you ran last year, the B plan, you definitely should be running 3 or 4 miles comfortably before you go into this plan. That means when you get done with the run, you're not gasping or holding your side, or you're just
right.
You're comfortable. You're done with the run. You don't really think anything of it, and you just move on. I'm not saying fast. I just mean comfortable.
Right.
And if you're going into the B plan, definitely plan on having 3 or 4 miles of comfortable before you even would think about starting the B plan, because it starts off, I think, the first week with a 5 mile, I believe, a 5 mile long run.
And that will help you be the most successful that you can be come fall, especially if you run last year and you're used to running 3 miles, comfortably. and then that 5 miles will kind of challenge you a little bit, but definitely will make sure that it will help you for the beginning of the season at least.
Right. And A plan for girls that are going to want to run varsity, perform at the highest level out there. You're really going to want to run 5 or 6 miles comfortably going into it. Your long run the first week is 7 miles. It builds from there. It goes 7 a few weeks. It builds up to 8. It builds all the way up to later July with a 10-mile long run. All of the runs usually have it'll say something like 4 miles or 3 miles in core, 3 miles / core, 3 miles / strength, 3 miles / long. I have all the long, strength, core, all that stuff's explained on the
website.
On the website. So.
And one more thing too, just make sure that, especially if you're in the C plan or in the B plan, just make sure that when you start this, that you have decent shoes. They haven't been laying around for a couple of years, or you've had them since 7th grade, or if you're a sophomore, you've had them since freshman year. Make sure that your shoes are in good quality.
Absolutely.
You haven't had them too long, because a lot of times, if you go right from couch to 5K and you pick a pair of shoes that have been laying around for a couple of years, you're going to start to feel some aches and pains, some shin splints. That's the last thing that you need, especially starting fresh. So just make sure that you have the right shoes. Other than that, you should be good.
Exactly, and there's no. This isn't the Bible or anything. There's no. You can morph the plans together. If you think, I may not quite be ready for the A plan, but I'm definitely ready for the B plan. Start with the B plan. Be conservative.
And that'll put you in a good place for the beginning of the season. When you still have a good base of miles.
And then if you think you might want to throw a few runs in that you see on the A plan, and you're feeling very healthy, you may want to try that. But if you feel any twinges or any tightness and things like that, you may want to pare it back a little bit, even for a week.
Right.
And just use common sense. But have fun, and we'll be running with you soon. We're looking forward to it.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it too. It'll be a good season. Good luck.
Good luck.